It's definitely Base's world, and we're just living in it. I truly believe we are at the forefront of crypto changing technology. Base is going to be the leading layer two, and we're already see it trending that way with total value locked increasing, taking volume away from Arbitrum and other leading layer twos on Ethereum. But the meme coins that have been around a long time when no one was talking about Base have started to pick up. But there's one of them that is outpacing the rest, and that is Aerobud, a cute little dog right here on Base chain. Guys, it looks like this and reminds me of my dog Rush. In this video, I want to do a complete review of the project, but more importantly, I want to interview the lead developer Grant behind Aerobud. This is not something that was just launched a month ago. This has been going on a long time. When nobody was paying attention to it, Aerobud was building. Guys, it's going to be a great video. We're going to get into everything Aerobud and more, but first I want to welcome you back to Freeman Finance and Crypto, where if it makes money, it makes sense, guys. From the bottom of my heart, I'm truly grateful for every single one of you. But if you're not subscribed, please pause the video, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification. Now, let's get into the video, guys. Starting off on their website, Aerobud. Very cute. Might remind you of a movie you used to watch. This right here is a Grant. This is his pup, and you can see they have the entire story right here. Lock liquidity, contract renounced, zero tax on buy or sell, and a 1 billion total supply. They have a charity wallet right here that they do a lot for dogs, helping them get adoption, helping them get surgeries that they need. And you can see they partnered and collaborated with a lot of these different entities. So it's really good. They have a good roadmap right here. And in the interview, Grant is going to tell us about some very bullish news that they have coming up. And it's obvious a lot of people are extremely bullish on it when you look at this price action, guys. This is what I mean. If you go look at their X account, all of these days right here, they were posting, they were continuing to build. But let's look at what happened originally after launch. So right at launch, we could see this flew up to 0.006, which was close to a $6 million market cap. If we flip it over here to MC right here, we could see where that landed, guys. And then it had the eventual retrace that every coin has. You see right there at 6 million. And it was down here in the dog pound for, like, no pun intended, guys, for a long time. You see 600K market cap. Would have been a great time for me to acquire some, but I didn't. I actually found out about it more recently. But if we look at this, it then flew up to 20, retraced down to 8, and is now at 35 million, guys. But forget all this fancy price action. Let's go talk to the developer. I really believe that a docs developer isn't needed, but it does help add credibility to a project. And when you get to talk to somebody and understand that they're a good human, they're not a dirtbag just trying to get money or dump on the community, and you really see what their vision is about, having a dog ecosystem. We all know that dogs are extremely popular in crypto and meme coins, but also wanting to help them in real life. Guys, I'm a dog lover. I love the dogs. But let's get into this interview with the lead developer, Grant, behind Aerobud. All right, Freeman and Finance family, we have Grant, the dev behind Aerobud, one of the biggest memes on Base chain, looking like a really cute little dog, and everyone absolutely loves it. Grant, can you tell us what's the inspiration behind Aerobud and what made you create it?
Sure, of course. I mean, I think it really came down to, I think there's certain things that a meme coin needs in order to be successful. I think Muran is a popular meme coin enthusiast. He's referred to as the best meme coin trader on the planet. And he basically stated, you need something that makes you unique. You need something that makes you have a community, something that's positive, that encourages something unique and building towards the future. And so obviously, in all of the previous altcoin cycles and cycles previously, it's always been a dog coin that's run up. So the inspiration came from, all right, let's focus on building a dog coin. All right, what are some popular brands or narratives going on right now? And Base was the narrative that I think is going to play out and will play out to be the best play this cycle. So we decided Base was the best ecosystem to do so. The inspiration came behind the Aerobud movie. Aerobud is a popular 90s movie. Everyone loved the dog that played, sports and everything like that. So our mascot has a similar aspect from it. However, we saw an opportunity to create something unique and do something that no other meme coin was doing, and actually focus on real world partnerships with nonprofits. So our project actually is partnered with several nonprofits, and we also collaborate with several large nonprofits. to help animal shelters. So we've been able to donate almost $10,000 to helping animal shelters. We've helped over 1,000 animals in Asia. 20 to 30 pets receive medical surgeries that they couldn't have. We actually hosted an adoption event at the On-Chain Summit events. We worked with the Berkeley Humane Society to hold over 60 animals getting adopted in San Francisco. I think for us, it's growing to be able to continuously make an impact and to help animals is kind of what really drove the project. The original concept of why I thought that was the case was I was a person growing up who always got breaded dogs growing up, and my girlfriend and partner at the time was looking to get a dog, and she said, we should always, adopt, don't shop. And so I was a person who was actually against that in the beginning. And as soon as I adopted my golden retriever mix, it changed my heart completely, to the point where we launched a project and a concept that helps animals in that fact. I think once you adopt, it really changes your perspective and your insights on it. And it allows you to really understand that there's a lot of animals that don't find homes or get put down because of it. And so this is a place that's near and dear to us, and we want to continue making an impact with Aerobud.
I think that's really cool. I think you see a lot of projects trying to say, hey, we're donating to this cause, we're donating to that cause, but a lot of it doesn't seem organic or doesn't seem natural, right? Like you're doing it for the right reasons. Maybe you're just doing it to like lure investors in there. And it really sounds like everyone over at Aerobud, led by you, is really doing it for the right reason. So turning into base a little bit, you said that you think base is going to be one of the leading narratives this cycle. We've seen it get really hot recently with Aerobud shooting up to about a $16-17 million market cap after spending a few months in the 300K, 500K range. So what specifically is it about base that has you so, enthusiastic about it and to build your project on it?
Yeah, so I think the reality is we could have launched on Solana, right? And honestly, we probably would have been at a higher market cap and probably would have sustained a higher market cap because our team has been organic, and from the beginning, we've only onboarded new team members. I think the reason we chose Base is because I've been in crypto for 8 to 10 years. I have seen everything and anything in between crypto when it comes to new exchanges, new platforms, new trends, and anything. Base, I believe, is the future. The reason I say this is I remember 10 years ago, I was trying to buy $100 of Bitcoin, paying a $20 Coinbase fee, then using $20 to send that Coinbase or to send that Bitcoin, and I'd only have $50 left. And so that's still a large issue with the Ethereum network, is fees and transactions are impossible. Staking, liquidity, all of that is significantly harder on the Ethereum network. If you're trying to continuously stake and earn APR on the Ethereum network, you're losing a significant percentage of your fees and your money earned. Well, the base ecosystem is non-existent. I mean, you're talking about cents or dollars at max for sending hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. And not only that, the transaction speed is almost instant every time. Again, on Ethereum, Binance, the Bitcoin networks, this stuff can take anywhere from 30 seconds to several minutes. And for a lot of new institutional investors, as well as retail investors, not seeing your money appear immediately is very worrying, because this isn't like a bank account where you have a receipt that you can, refund if it doesn't go through. This is something that's completely gone. So if you send it to the wrong address or it doesn't show up in time, it causes a lot of worrisome. I also think that Base, again, is created by Coinbase, again, one of the largest US exchanges, and they're going to continue to push and promote Base. I think Base is just the future because it's cheap, it's fast. Coinbase knows how to onboard users. And on top of that, the Base ecosystem from a user standpoint, in my mind, is the easiest user interface you could ever use. I think Aerodrome, Alienbase, and all these exchanges, as well as the Coinbase wallet, are the simplest interfaces. And I think that's the next wave to onboarding new users. So for context, I've been in tech for 10 years. A lot of the things I look at when building a platform or building an application is, all right, how do we onboard users? What does the user flow look like? How do we make sure it's easy to use, easy to understand? And I think Coinbase is a product company at heart, and they know that Base needs to be a product that is easy to use and easy to onboard people. And so I think they've hit it on the nail on the head with Base, and I think Base is just getting started. And I'm sure if you've been in crypto previously, you can see how fast trends change quickly. I mean, money flows very quickly. I mean, if season gets initiated, you could see hundreds of billions of dollars move from one ecosystem to another ecosystem in a couple of weeks. An example of this was Uniswap went up from a 1 billion market cap to a 55 billion market cap in just 2 months. That's a lot of liquidity and money flowing from one ecosystem into another ecosystem. And I think that's just a matter of time before that type of liquidity and awareness gets spread onto the base ecosystem.
Yeah, I agree, Grant. I've been looking at TVL and all the action on base, and everything's continuing to grow. And one thing I also believe in life is betting on people or companies more than individual products or something like that. And Brian Armstrong and Jesse behind the helm, really trying to drive base. They're winners, and
100%.
that's why I also believe base is going to be, I believe it'll be the biggest layer two, if you want to call it that, in the world. I believe that it's doing everything better than anybody else. But I want to go back a little bit to the project. You mentioned something at the very beginning there, that you have done nothing but onboard new team members.
Correct.
And that your whole team is still the same. I was looking at the chart. Aerobud launched and it shot up very quickly to a $6 million market cap. Then it retraced to that $300,000 to $500,000 market cap for a while, for a long time. But I noticed that Aerobud's X was still posting almost daily, if not every day. How do you, as the dev, the leader of a project, really stay committed to something when you see that big of a retrace? And more importantly than you staying committed, keeping your team committed to really focusing on growing the project? Because all that hard work that y'all did during those times when nobody was interested is what has led to the recent surge, in my opinion.
Yep. No, I agree 100%. So I think when you look at Aerobud, just like you said, you're looking at a team that for the most part has been there from the get-go. We've onboarded 2 new team members. So we've onboarded a community manager who's been with us for 3 to 4 months now. And then we onboarded someone who's got some dev and economics experience to help us with some other things. So the only thing we're doing at this point is scaling the team up. For the most part, again, the entire team has been around from the get-go. The team's continuously building. I think the reason why the team has been here from the get-go is because we know what we have. We have a good product with a good mission statement, with a good community. If you joined our Discord when we were in the 300K market cap, we still had active members chatting every day. If you join our Discord now, it's probably one of the most active crypto Discords you will join. And I mean that you can compare it to Aerodrome, Alienbase, some of the largest platforms on base. And one of our Discords is one of the most active communities. And I think that's what a meme coin is building that foundation, that community that's there for the long term, there from the beginning. We have a what you'd call like a whale chat. We call it top bud chat, Aerobud, top bud. And so our top buds have been there from the beginning. They've been there from the lowest. They're still there on the highest. And I think our community is just continuing to grow and get more active. And so we're just continuously building and continuously focusing on the future. And I think, being there from the beginning and being with the original team is important. I think there's a lot of issues where projects have CTOs or they re-CTO, and there's a lot of lack of transparency and trust. And I think if you look at Aerobud, we've been here from the beginning. We were here in the trenches when no one was looking at us. We're here building when everyone's looking at us. And so I think we'll just continue to build, and we have a lot of things upcoming planned for the future.
Well, that's awesome. So y'all have been together the entire time, and some of your whales or your top dogs or what you call it have been there for a long time. But a lot of people like myself are newer to Aerobud. I got into it after this recent base hype. It shot up, flew up to about 10 million market cap, and I caught like a falling knife at like 5.5 million market cap. I'm so thankful for that. I really, really am. But for people that haven't been here, through the entirety, and people that are new enthusiastic investors into Aerobud, what do y'all have cooking here coming up in the short term, and even for the extent of this bull run?
Of course. So there's been a lot of things that we've communicated on Spaces and into our community. But as I mentioned kind of earlier, we've only been scaling and growing up our team. So we originally only had 1 animator. We're at the point where we have 2 and possibly 3. We're currently scoping out him for an animated mini series. So kind of the first thing we're actually working on is, I don't think a lot of meme coins actually have like a mini series. So not only are we pushing out 2 to 3 high-level animations every week, but we're looking at creating a mini series that would be 1 to 3 minutes long. This would basically be the context and kind of goal for where we're pushing this is kind of like on the 90s theme. A lot of those popular 90s movies, the Wizard of Oz, Home Alone, but creating a crypto version or animation or script of that using our mascot and creating something that'll really onboard community and have something people are looking forward to every week, kind of like a Family Guy-esque style, something we're working towards. So we're currently discussing an animator with that. Some big alpha that actually hasn't been shared yet is we actually just talked with a Disney artist, Jared Beckstrand. His son actually reached out to us inquiring about if we'd possibly want to work with him. As he mentioned, we were talking about kind of our animations and art styles and stuff like that. So I actually just got off the call with him 2 hours ago. So we are actually most likely, nothing's finalized at this point, so I don't want to commit to something, but we basically agreed that he's open to working with us. The current direction we think we're going to plan for him is we're going to have him draw some characters and models for us for our upcoming game. So that's some also new alpha that we haven't dropped or released. We're currently working on an Aerobud game series. So we have a developer who I met that we've onboarded onto the team at this point. If you've ever played the one-on-one soccer mobile video game, have you ever played that? That was very popular 10 years ago. We're basically creating an Aerobud version where it's going to be our mascot. It's going to be a multiplayer based game where you can invite friends. So this is going to be something that allows our community to be engaged with each other all the time. Hey, do you want to hop on, play me one-on-one and soccer, right? Or we can host community nights where we engage with our community, where there's prize pools, etc. So that's our first series. We're currently creating a soccer version of the game. I don't have any timelines as how long this will take. Again, animating a game takes some time. It takes artists. We're talking with music track people right now. We have to bring on our artist to draw the game basically, and then our developer has to develop it. I would say probably within the next 1 to 3 months, we'll probably have something on board for our team. And then from there, our goal is to basically scale that to a multi-game series. So again, Aerobud is kind of the theme of playing sports. So next it may be a volleyball game. Next it may be a football game. Next it may be a baseball game. So the next step for us is, one, we're looking at creating a new animation mini series that no other meme coin I feel like is doing. Two, creating a mini game series based on our brand. Those are kind of our big alpha announcements that we haven't released to our community. We're going to communicate that in our project space this Saturday. As I mentioned, we're onboarding new artists and animators every day. We're continuously scaling and looking to increase our artwork. I think artwork and animation is important to representing your brand. Some things that is already aware to our community is we actually went to the On-Chain Summit and hosted an adoption event, and we're partners at the On-Chain Summit event. We actually have the opportunity and won the opportunity to go to a Warriors game with Jesse Pollock, the founder of Base, and Chin Tan, the main developer of Base, basically going to a Sweet Side Warriors game with them and Base Minecraft. So we have the opportunity to basically sit down with Jesse, Chin Tan, and talk about all things Base for 6 hours while watching some basketball. And again, it's very on brand with who we are, because again, Aerobud is like we have our mascot spinning the basketball and everything. So it's a great opportunity for us to continue to build our connections with Coinbase and Jesse and to scale it further. Again, we're just continuously building. Again, if you join our community in our Discord, we'll tell you we're working on this, and then next week again, now we have a game we're working on and an animation mini series. So we're only continuing to build and scale, and I think that's one thing you'll learn about us is if you invest in us or if you look into us, we work hard. I mean, I'm putting in 16-hour days, etc. And some other context, I think a lot of people don't know this. I actually quit a full-time job back when Aerobud launched, about a month in to work on this full time, because I saw the future for it. And so you mentioned earlier, why would why trust this team? I think that's one reason. I quit a full-time job. I could have given up at any time. I gave up, a mid six-figure income to be able to focus and scale this, because I believe that this can turn into something great. And so the team's continuously building, continuously growing. I know another big question that people ask is when SEX, when centralized exchanges. The team 100% will be listing on centralized exchanges. It just takes time. It takes approvals. It takes signatures. It takes funds. So the discussions have been initiated with some of them. We're looking into it, and obviously we can't disclose at this time when that'll happen or when, but the team is definitely going down that route.
Wow, that is awesome. Sounds like y'all are cooking a lot of stuff for it. If y'all got an extra ticket for that
Mhm.
Warriors game, even though it's not the same Warriors of a few years ago, I
Yeah.
would still love to go. But man, that's very, very awesome. Everything that's going on, everything from the potential partnership with the Disney artist. That's really cool. I'll put a picture of him up here so you guys know who he is. And then also just the games and everything else, Grant.
Yeah.
Well, I really
Sure.
want to thank you for stopping by. Is there any last words that you would like to give to anyone in the Freeman and Finance family who may be looking at it? I never recommend to buy or to not buy a project, but one thing I do recommend everyone doing is join the community by going to the Telegram, going to the Discord, and kind of dipping your toes in the water and
Yeah.
seeing how you like it. If it's as good as Grant says and everything, and I'm
Mhm.
sure it is, but just kind of get exposed to the ecosystem before you necessarily make an investment or anything like that. But Grant, do you have any last words to anyone in the community?
Sure. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is we pride ourselves on communication and transparency. And I just want to clarify too to make sure that there's no misunderstanding. So Jared Beckstrand has worked on several Disney animations, and he actually worked on the Cuphead game. He's no longer at Disney, but he still is occasionally contracted to do work for them. So I just want to make sure that there isn't, we're not working with Disney or partnering with Disney or anything. We were simply possibly going to work with an animator or an artist from there. On that note of communication and transparency, join our Discord. So our Telegram is active, but we push everyone to join our Discord. Our Discord, I believe, is the future of crypto. I think Telegram for me has always been a very spammy place. It's mostly buy alerts, raid this, raid that. You don't get an opportunity to actually connect with the community and the team. And so we've been a Discord community focused from the get-go. So please join our Discord. Join our Telegram. We'll link you to it. We also have every social you could possibly think of. We have a Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Warpcast, everything you could possibly think of, we're on. So feel free to look us up, look at our animations. And if you have concerns, FUD, drama, we don't turn it away. I think one of the things that we are proud of is if you have serious concerns about our project, whether that's an allocation, someone selling, like post about the project, what we're doing, if we're not communicating updates, we'll answer it full transparency. We won't ban you. We won't kick you out. We have nothing to hide. We'll be fully transparent, provide full clarity on your questions and FUD and drama. And I think that's a lot of things that projects don't do. So if you're like, hey, like, why does the holder count look like this? Right? They'll just immediately ban you or kick you. Right? We're not going to tell you. We're going to be, here's the holder count. Here's their transaction history. Here's everything you can look into. We're super transparent. We're super public, and we love giving, full transparency in kind of our project and what we're building.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure having you. Thank you very much for stopping by, Grant. And let's get back into Aerobud. So Freeman and Finance family, we can see that Aerobud and Grant have a lot of things cooking. They've got a former Disney artist going to be making art for them. They have a game on the rise, and the market cap is up about 10 or 15 million just from that interview a couple days ago. But the last thing I want to get into is the holder count, because Grant said if you have any questions about the holder count, anything like that, and it is one thing that I kind of want to touch on. When you look at here, 337,000 holders. Is that really true? No, it's not. Okay. So when you look at this, there's a lot of dusting and stuff like that to try to get exposure. And a lot of these base projects did this. So odds are, if you go to one of your wallets, you might have 10 Aerobud laying around. The same thing happened with a lot of these projects. It's not a bad thing. It's just a way for them to get some advertising out there. But if you want to know the real holder number and everything, that active holder, just go ask them in the Telegram, guys. When we go over to the bubble maps and look at the clusters, you have this cluster right here that's 2.85%. And remember, there is a charity wallet in here where they can send stuff to. So charity wallets make bubble maps look a little fugazi. But even if this was bad, 2.8%, that's not much. This cluster 2.8%, this cluster 3.4%, this cluster 2.59, this cluster 1.56. So guys, it looks clean. If it looked dirty to me, you guarantee I would call it out. But guys, Aerobud, this is it. $35 million market cap. We are at the top. I would never recommend anyone buying or selling anything, but I am personally watching for a pullback to get into Aerobud. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I brought the interview to y'all after an X conversation and a lot of people requesting it, guys. So let me know, what do y'all think about Aerobud down in the comments below? I really want to know. This is a cute dog, and it's on Base Chain, backed by Coinbase with Brian Armstrong and Jesse Pollock at the helm, guys. It's a lot of good things cooking. Watch this video up above, and if you're not a part of the Freeman of Finance family. Come on, guys. What are we doing? I try to bring y'all good content. I try to bring all the dev for the cute dog tokens. Come on. Subscribe, bro. Subscribe. Just push the button. Come on. It's getting around Christmas time. Kind of be a Christmas gift for me. Come on. I love you all.